Hey there, friends. Nibs again. Out here in the garage tonight. Do a little bit of goofing around. Actually got home from work in enough time to head over to the range, but it was a beautiful day all day. As soon as I get home, wind and rain. And so we're going to keep it indoors for today. But I have something really, really cool to show you guys in this video. Another challenge that was sent over to me by Randy. He sent in several guns over the past year or so. Well, not quite a year, 6 months, 8 months. And so far I've been able to take care of everything. But this one was a challenge for sure. But we'll talk about what I had to do to get it going in a couple of minutes. But what we have here is a very, very obscure CO2 pistol from the mid to late 50s. This is made by the Challenger Arms Corporation. And a little bit of history about Challenger Arms. They were out of Pennsylvania initially. That's when this one would have been made. This one, and I saw it says the plainsman on it, and the font on this was so close to the Healthways plainsman pistols that I thought that couldn't be a coincidence. So did a little bit of research, and turns out that it was not. The Challenger Corporation produced guns between 1953 and 1958. Then they went out of business or closed down, sold all their inventory and rights and everything to Healthways. And Healthways actually did produce, well, they assembled guns from parts that were already existing from what I read. But then they continued in manufacturing. They came out with their own designs of pistols. We've all seen the plainsman BB pistol. This thing is way better than that. So, but this one was a challenge. Like I said, this is a 22 caliber CO2, uses an 8-gram CO2 cartridge. Let's see, do I have a 12-gram up here I can compare it to? Yeah, there's one. Some of you folks may not be as, but it uses an 8 gram. So there's the difference between a 12-gram and an 8-gram. You can see the difference in size there, pretty significant. But you can still get those. They're readily available on Amazon and and whatnot. So, but this one, like I said, there's no way to really tell when this one was made. So there was two things. Well, one thing wrong with it. The exhaust valve, the rubber O-ring on the exhaust valve was just rock hard, was not sealing against the back of the discharge valve. So I was able to actually find one that worked very well. It is working very well from a Henry Ford Sheridan kit. Here's a picture of the valve I put in there. It was from a Sheridan. He has several different kits that actually use the same one. This picture is from his Sheridan C series of pneumatic guns, but it has the same size shaft and very similar look to the actual shape of the valve that came out of this thing. This one was like a brass cup with a rubber O-ring in it. I was going to try to pick all that old material out and try to fit a new O-ring in there, but I picked through the extra parts that I have from this and that and found that one. So, and it seems to be working really well. If it doesn't prove to be reliable, then maybe we'll try to go down that road of picking the parts out of the out of the old one. The other thing I found, and here's a picture of an exploded view, or well, somebody had one all tore apart. Found this care of Jimmy D's air guns. Great website if you ever want to look at some old stuff and get some information about them. But I did find this picture with all of the parts taken apart. because one of the problems I was having, and it doesn't show it in this picture, is even after I resealed it and put the new exhaust valve in there, I was having air leaking out from around the CO2s up here in the front, air leaking out from there and out through the bottom of the gun. And what I actually found was this little sleeve here will unscrew out the front, and there's actually a groove on the front of the valve that I believe should have some sort of O-ring. I found an O-ring in one of my many kits that I have from Home Depot or Lowe's, or I have several different ones from Tractor Supply, Harbor Freight, but I can't tell you exactly which one I put in there. Found one that fit in there really well, put it in there, and now it's not leaking at all. So actually held air for about 3 days. I did have to put a new one in here before I started this video up, and we're going to take some shots with it because it's working pretty well. It does have this little, so this little knob here, actually it will turn in and out, and it is a power adjuster, so you can adjust your power of your shot. So some documentation, I'll post a picture of it here, I found online of an advertisement for this. It says you get up to 25 shots with the power adjuster turned all the way in, and it's able to penetrate into 1/2 inch into a pine board. So we're just going to shoot at low power. This thing is very barky with the power adjuster on full blast. So, but it shoots pretty well even with, on lower power. So, and they say you could possibly get up to 60 shots. So I don't know about that, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try. It was a lot of fun to play with it and get to try it. Probably do maybe a head-to-head or two with it, with some of my other old CO2 stuff I got out here, or maybe not CO2 stuff, I don't know. But let's go ahead and give it a try. So I have a can there I've been working on, and we'll shoot some at that too, but I have a splatter burst. Let's see exactly where the point of aim is happening right now, point of impact. All right, a little low, and can you actually even see that around the can? Probably not. I got the splatter burst sitting right next to the can. But like I said, this is a 22 caliber. I'm shooting some rifle cutter, wad cutters in it. Got to remember to cock the hammer. There we go. That's better. All right, let's hit the can a couple times. So this is just a preliminary, letting you guys know I've been working on it, and that it's actually seems to be working pretty good and holding air really well. If something happens and I need to do some more tinkering with it, I'll let you know. But other than that, we'll probably just do some head-to-head with other guns or whatever. But that's, so if I turn that screw out anymore, it won't even fire anymore. So, and it's like a 1/4 of an inch there. So if I turn it in, it is very loud. I don't know what it is about CO2 stuff, but they can get really barky. Do have a bunch of stuff in the garage here for repair right now, and I just ask everybody to just please be patient. I'm working on it slowly but surely. I got this guy going. I'm working on a Model 140 for Brian over at the Hasbro channel. I got a couple of other pump ups and stuff here. Got several guns over there from, and I'm just doing them in the order that they came into me. So I don't want to be unfair to anybody, but or at least doing them in the order I can get the parts in as well. So I already had the parts for this one, so I didn't have to wait on anything. It's not a bad feeling trigger either, so. Just, oh, we've really got a front moving in. Actually, the temperature's supposed to drop off and potentially turn to snow tonight. But let's shoot at the splatterburst again. I think I got it figured out now. I did see a couple of articles where people actually remachined this front sleeve here, where they were able to use 12-gram CO2s in these. So that's a pretty neat mod. I'm not doing anything to this other than repairing it and shooting it and sending it back to Randy, but that's almost as bad as those automatic safeties. Forgetting to cock the hammer. I have a bunch of 22s that are like that too, so I think I'd be kind of used to that sort of thing. But there you go. That is really, really cool. Very cool piece of airgun history. And so I'll put a picture of this roll stamp here, and then I'll put a picture of the roll stamp from one of my Model 175s, and you'll definitely see the difference, or see the exact same font of in the name. So that's what really kind of keyed me on to do a little more research about that. But yeah, Healthways made air guns all the way up into, I think, the 80s, from what I've found. I do have a number of different Healthways guns out here in the garage right now. I have a Healthways CO2 rifle over there. You've seen me shoot that on the channel before. I have several of the Model 175 plainsman pistols. But really, really cool. Just might have to put it up against one of my Model 600s. I mean, it's not really I'm sure it'll be a fair fight as far as accuracy goes, but those are semi-automatic. I wonder if I'm running low already. Sounds like it might be. I was a little skeptical about the whole 25 to 60 shot thing, but I took probably 6 or 7 shots with it before I start on this new canister, before I started up the camera. So yeah, I think we're just about out here. We turn in the power adjuster a little bit. So that'd be, I don't know, maybe 20 shots I got with it, which isn't, I mean, it's okay, maybe not. Maybe the power adjuster just, because like I said, I had it set where even turn it out just a little bit, so maybe it creeped out a little bit. It was just not. Let's keep going. So yeah, that power adjuster doesn't seem to have any kind of spring tension holding it to any kind of so even when I'm pulling it out, I could be twisting it a little bit or something. Yeah, still going good. So I guess I was wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. But we'll definitely do more on this one. Really, really cool. Apparently Randy has all of the plainsman guns, all of the Challenger guns. I mean, Challenger Arms guns. They had a they had the CO2 pistol. They had a pneumatic pistol, multi-pump, and they had a CO2 rifle and a multi-pump rifle. So, and maybe one day we'll get to take a look at all of those. I will be meeting up with him at an airgun show coming up in the near future. So who knows what kind of surprises he may bring to let me take a look at and play with on the channel here. Yeah, I must have been accidentally unscrewing it a little bit while I was cocking it before, because it's still shooting pretty strong there. So anyway, stay tuned for more on this. I rambled on enough. Hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.